Simulan ulit natin ang usapang negosyo. Sa hapon na to, pag-uusapan natin ang mga services na pwedeng pagkakitaan. Ako si Roda Castro Kaliwara, your resident Pinay entrepreneur. At ito ang Negosyente. Nagpapatakbo ng multiple businesses habang nagpapalaki ng anak. Paano kaya nagawa ng ating mompreneur na si Maricar?
Welcome sa ating segment ng Mompreneur, where we invite moms who not only manage their households but also their business. Our special guest for today is a beautiful mom of 4 and lola of 2 little cute boys. Welcome to the show, Maricar Suarez.
Good afternoon, Ma'am Roda.
Maraming salamat for traveling all the way from the south to Quezon City. Kumusta ka na?
Eto, ma'am. Happy.
What is it like naman kapag kasama mo ang pamilya mo, mga anak mo, at lalong-lalo na ang mga anak at mga apo?
Apo. Heaven, paradise. Alam mo yon, nothing that I could ask for. Kasi nandun na. Lahat nandun eh. Yung asawa ko na napaka-supportive, napakabait. Mga anak ko, napakababait din. Graduate na si MJ and Ernest. May family na si MJ. May twins kami na laruan ngayon. Ano pang hingin ko, Ma'am Roda? Sobrang saya ko lang talaga.
Pero, kumusta naman ang mga challenges? Siyempre naman, you married at a young age. Diba? So, paano yun? Ano yung mga na-encounter mong mga problema, challenges?
Madami.
Considering nga na may negosyo ka ngayon, pero pag-uusapan natin yan in a bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, just to start, I got pregnant by 17. Diba?
At the age of 17, very young talaga.
Very, very young. I was only in first year college. Actually, first year, first sem. Nabuntis na ako agad. And then, I had to stop for semester lang naman eh. So, ayun naman, God was good to me back then. Natapos ko yung pag-aaral ko. Pero when I finished, dalawa na yung anak ko agad.
Okay.
Opo. It was very challenging, Ma'am Roda, kasi back in school talagang I would walk down the aisle, lahat nakatingin sa akin. Parang,
kasi batang-bata nga naman.
Tapos nagbuntis ako uli. So parang, buntis na naman siya. So parang ako, that time, I don't care, may asawa ako. Parang ganon, di ba? Parang, I have to help myself. Di ba? Na, huwag na silang intindihin. It won't help. So, si God lang, I just prayed na, God, help me get through all these things, makapagtapos ako, makapagsimula kami nung asawa ko, and He gave it.
Fast forward, after 25 years, di ba? You just celebrated your 25th year anniversary at nag-renew kayo ng vows, right? At hindi lang yan, ang daming gifts na binigay nga si God sa'yo.
Sobra.
May mga negosyo pa. At hindi lang isa, hindi lang dalawa. Share with us, ano-ano lahat ang mga pinagkakabalahan mo?
Well, right now, I have 5 na pinagkakaabalahan na talagang nakafocus ako na negosyo. Pero our bread and butter, syempre, si OneSource General Solutions Incorporated.
Ito yung service contracting company?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The one that really helped us a lot. Kasi before that, talagang struggling kami in life. Kasi gusto namin ng asawa ko may mapatunayan eh. We got married at an early age. So parang, kailangan natin may mapatunayan.
So when did it start? How did it start?
We started OneSource back in 2009. So, I started it alone. Nakaano pa lang ako noon.
How old were you then?
I was only 28.
Okay.
Yes,
very
20.
young
Yeah,
okay.
Very young. Basta ang alam ko lang noon, I need to do this business kasi I need to earn more kasi I have my kids. Tapos nagre-rent pa kami ng apartment. Ang hirap-hirap ng mga bagay-bagay. I mean, it's really tough, no? So sabi ko, I have to do this business. What I did, sinimulan ko. I did the marketing, recruitment, lahat, payroll, accounting, everything. I started it all. I had 2 staff back then na sobra talagang, you do this, you do that. Sobra kaming rumble dun sa maliit naming office. Pero when we started growing big, nag-rent na kami ng bigger office until we acquired our first ever office.
At hindi lang yan ang binigay sa'yo at in-entrust sa'yo. Meron ka ngayong napakagandang, di ba, parang garden na hindi mo malaman resort or it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Na nasa Nueva Ecija.
It's
Tell us
Lake
more
Farm,
about it.
Lake
Okay.
Farm de la Mar. Actually, we acquired that during pandemic. So, one of the biggest blessings din. God has always been good to us, Ma'am Roda. Kasi, biruin mo, pandemic, tapos nakuha namin siya. And the vision back then was just to have some place na magtatanim kami. Kasi nga, pandemic.
Correct.
Plantita,
Oo,
plant
oo.
mom. So, sabi ko, I want a bigger space para hindi lang mga kung ano-anong plants yung natatanim ko. Something that could help people din, di ba? Pag yung mga natanim ko, na pwede kong i-share sa mga staff, gano'n. Tapos retirement place na rin. Pero nung nagtanim kami, Ma'am Roda, I remember, we planted about 1,000 chili plants. Madami, may mga mangoes kami doon, may calamansi. Kaso lang, when we harvested, ang sakit pala talaga, magtanim ay hindi biro talaga. So, coming from there, sabi nung asawa ko, why not we transform the place? May meron pa rin mga planting, pero haluan natin ng resort concept. Kasi we have a very good view of the Pantabangan Lake,
Okay.
as well as the Sierra Madre Mountain Ranges. Sobrang ganda. So sabi niya, let's make it something like a farm resort.
Yeah.
So na-stop yung asawa ko doon. Siya yung concept. And I did everything na. So ako, nag-start na ako. Oh, I want this Instagrammable spot be placed here. Yung parang sa bali ng mga sun, there's the heart, the nest. Basta lahat yan. Ako isip saan ilalagay. Paano gagawin? I got my staff back in Laguna. Dinala ko ng Nueva Ecija to help me with yung mga ka-arte na gusto kong mangyari. And then we started advertising ng mga camping, glamping.
So, kumpleto siya.
Kompleto. And the next thing we knew, dinadagsa na kami, ma'am.
So, no matter how busy you are sa mga negosyo, nandun pa rin yung attention mo
Of course,
sa mga
of
anak.
course. And we never forget yung mga pep talks namin ng mga anak ko. I love teaching them yung mga lessons ko sa buhay.
Maraming salamat for being on the show. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng effort. At saka yung time sa pagpunta rito, ang napakaganda naman na nanay na lola pa, Maricar Suarez.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Roda.
Running a business and being a parent, parehong nangangailangan ng pasensya at tiyaga. Magbabalik, one of the most successful women in the business scene, isang inspirasyon para sa lahat ang makikilala natin ngayon. Halina't matuto sa kwento ni Miss Elsie Chua.
Hi, I'm Melissa Elsie Chua. I'm the chairperson of Melawares and CEO President of CDC Holdings and CDC Homes. I started when I was 12 because I was inspired with my dad, who is a typical Chinese entrepreneur. He cannot even speak Tagalog. So, being non-speaking Tagalog, I was forced to be his secretary as well at the age of 12. Imagine na, nag-payroll ako at the age of 12. What I learned from my dad is, kailangan madiskarte ka. So, during that time, hindi ba uso yung, ang binibigay lang sa amin ay allowance. So, wala kaming luxury to buy our clothes, our shoes. Diba, ang shoes natin noon, until Pasko na lang, tsaka papalitan, kahit sira na yung likod. So, what I did during 12 years old, my first venture is halo-halo. During summer, at the age of 12, nakita ko, it's too hot, masyadong mainit. And naaawa ako sa mga tao namin. So, I thought, how I will relieve them from the heat. So, I thought, pumasok yun ang sinasabi kong kung may problema or crisis, may opportunity. So, doon ko na-resolve, gawa nga ako ng halo-halo. So, tamang-tama, ang bahay namin nun sa Caloocan is across the market. So, what we did, I asked my father for 5 pesos, initial fund. And every day, during that summer, I made 1 peso per day. So, sabi na, dito ang father ko kasi I made 5 days in a week lang ako gumagawa. Pag Saturday, Sunday, pahinga. So, I made 20 pesos that time when I was 12. And you know that 20 pesos is equivalent to 20,000 now. So, doon ang beginning ko to realize, ganito pala mag-business. So, and then when I finished my college, nag-ano kami, I work in the bank. I was a banker for 6 years, doing my 9 to 5 job. So, the bank that I work is always number one. Kasi ganun ako kapikon. I want my bank always the top. So, ang trabaho ko is business development and sales. That is where I met all the Chinese rich business people in Caloocan, Malabon, Camanaba, Navotas, and Valenzuela. So, nung na-realize kong I've reached that stage na because I want to give more flexibility so I can do more time with my family, my growing family. So I thought, why not do an entrepreneur? But ang challenge sa akin at that time, the manager, kasi nga kami ang number one, ako yung inaasahan sa mga paghawak ng mga client, I'm the jack of all trade of that branch in Consolidated Bank. Binigyan ako ng offer so that I will stop planning my entrepreneur. They gave me 4 times my salary, and then they gave me a promotion to be the branch manager, etc., etc. And then nung mabalita ng mga ibang bangko na I'm resigning, I'm being poached as well. But seeing the opportunity, I talked to my husband. Sabi niya, karma, huwag na natin gawin yon. Okay. So, nagbakasyon ako ng 1 month. In that 1 month, that opened my eyes. I saw in Divisoria, nako, kasi being housewife, di ba? Gustong-gusto natin bumili ng mga plato. Nako, sabi ko, bakit lahat nandito puro porcelain at napakamahal? And then, pag tinignan ko naman, kasi siyempre, ano pa lang ako noon, starter family, so maliit lang ang budget ko for my dinnerware. Doon ko nakita yung opportunity. Pag plastic doon, parang it's not, may word yun eh, you can pronoun it. So, what we did, since yung husband ko is just starting with his plastic, yung mahjong na material, resin, sabi ko sa kanya, pwede bang gawin natin itong plato? Yon. Doon ang start ng Mellowware. So, nag-start kami with Mellowware. But, ang challenge doon, sabi ko sa husband ko, I want a very nice, exquisite and design, light, and appealing to my business, to the women who is our buyer. Sabi ng husband ko, naku, wala tayong pera to buy those machines so that we can produce the kind of plates you like. So, being a banker, nakatulong sa akin. So, nakagawa ako ng business plan, financial feasibility study, and went to the banker. So, the history is I was approved with 500,000 initial loan. Yun ang humble beginning ng Mellowware. At ang humble beginning namin, I started with 8 employees to become 500 employees in the factory alone. Right now, we have 250 retail outlets all over the Philippines. And as well, we branch out to be in the food service industry, serving Jollibee, KFC, and also we moved to the hotel, caterers. So mostly of our clients are in hotel like Ascot, Dusit, and also the casinos. So yun ang naging namin ngayon. So thankfully, yung mga tao ko, they also grow with us. Ang mga lolo nag-umpisa, to the son nag-umpisa, now it's their children managing the business for me. And the opportunity came during the early 80s when the property have plummeted. Imagine, 50 pesos lang per square meter and 250 pesos yung mga commercial property. So ako, instead of sending money abroad, ganun ang ginagawa ng mga tao before. But for me, being my love for my country, I still believe in the Philippines, so I invested in my hard-earned money in properties. And then, for me to grow, ang ginawa ko, I look for mentors. The mentors to teach me how to read construction plan, how to guide me on building homes, building buildings. And as well, I've learned from my mentors the skills in selling. Kasi accountant ako eh, mahihain ako. But look at me now, I can face you, di ba? From 1986 up to 2006, we already built more than 10,000 units. And in the year 2006, we rebranded our property development under CDC Holdings, or the brand of our property are CDC Homes. In fact, we are not only property developer, we're also property selling, and also we're managing properties and hotel management. As you can see where I am now, it's the Citadines Millennium Ortigas, because I was the one who brought Ascot in the Philippines in the year 2000. The first property that they have is under Somerset Millennium in Makati. So, pioneering, ano ko rin, yung dinala ko yung service apartment concept with an international management. What can I share based on my experience? What are the 5 habits to be successful in business? I think the first thing that we have to is to continue learning. We call it learn and relearn. We have to adapt to the market change so that mabilis, kumbaga sa driver's seat, mabilis ka mag-adjust. Number 2, nothing beats hard work. It's only through hard work that you will see as an entrepreneur, it's 24/7, walang 8 hours na lull time. As needed, if you need, the most important is you have to be result-driven and achieve your target. Number 3, you have to learn what your interest. Like me, paano ako napunta sa real estate? Because I'm very passionate in building homes. So follow your dream and be passionate, because pag sinunod mo yan and having a positive attitude, you will never feel tired and all the creativity, innovation will follow. Next, integrity. Integrity is everything. We, the Chinese, we don't need to sign contract. Whatever we commit, it shall be done. So your commitment to your suppliers, to your buyers and customers, to your stakeholders, you have to deliver. Number 5, have a grateful heart. Be grateful to the people that help you grow. This is really important. And among this, when you already achieve the success, please always stay humble and make your feet on the ground. Thank you.
From her humble beginnings, now at the top, importante pa rin ang integrity para kay Miss Elsie. Iba pa rin ang tagumpay na maidudulot ng pagiging tapat at matyaga. Up next, sagot kita. Tanong, handang-handa na bang iyong negosyo?
Roda, ano ba yung mga bagay na importante na dapat kong paghandaan sa pagpasok ko ng negosyo?
Naniniwala ko na isa sa mga bagay na dapat paghandaan ng mga negosyante, lalong-lalo na yung mga nagbabalak pa lang pumasok sa negosyo, ay ang pag-aralan how to come up with a business strategy. Para lalo nating maintindihan ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng business strategy at gaano ito kaimportante para sa paglago at tagumpay ng isang negosyo. With 32 years of teaching brand management and sales at De La Salle University, Professor Benison Koo, or mas kilalang Ben Koo. Hi, Professor Ben.
Hi, good afternoon, Roda.
Magandang araw sa iyo. Maraming salamat sa iyong oras. Alam ko nasa biyahe ka pero nagbigay ka ng oras para sa interview na to.
Oo naman, para sa iyo, anytime.
Okay, Professor. One ultimate goal nga naman ng mga negosyante is to make their business grow, di ho ba? Kaya aside from having a mission, vision, and objectives sa pagninegosyo, mga ibang businessmen develop or build a business strategy. Can you tell us, Prof, ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng business strategy at paano ito nakakatulong sa paglago ng negosyo?
Well, ang business strategy in a layman's language ay isang roadmap na kailangan mo tahakin para makuha mo kung ano ang gusto mong ma-achieve by the end of the day. Ito ay ginagawa from the start, no? Once you develop your mission vision and your goal, then you have set certain objectives para abutin ang tinatawag natin yung ating goals and objective. Now, by doing so, you use business strategy to be able to achieve those.
Okay. Pero Prof, how can one naman develop and build a business strategy? May proseso ho ba ito? Paano ito or paano tayo makakasiguro na effective nga ang business strategy ng isang negosyante?
Well, first things first, importante, you have to do your own environmental scanning. That means to say, pag-aralan mo mabuti what your competition and what competition is doing. Okay? After you've already studied them, you have to be able to find out what would make you different from them. That's what we call developing the unique selling proposition. That's something that hindi man kailangan ultimately sa iyo lang, but you have a clear-cut advantage na in that particular uniqueness. No? Once we develop that, then you create strategies to be able to promote that said uniqueness para malaman ng merkado at malaman ng nila kung saan ka hahanapin.
Mm-hmm. So kailangan mo palang makita muna yung kompetisyon. Sino ba yung mga nasa paligid mo before creating one?
Yes.
All right. Prof. Ben, I know nasa daan ka ngayon. I will not take too much of your time. Pero parting words po, karagdagang advice and tips sa mga negosyante, lalo na sa usaping business strategy.
Please try not to overshoot your budget. What do we mean by overshooting our budget? Sometimes we've said na, okay, we're gonna use only this much for operation, and yet nakita natin na pwede nating dagdagan to enhance, no? And yet, because of that, marami ka ng kailangan i-put na money on it, and it will spoil, no? Because definitely tatamaan ng tinatawag natin return on investment, diba? Ang ROI natin, no? So for example, if a business you wanted the return on investment within 2 years time, if you put on more things into it, definitely you will overshoot that target of 2 years. So but because of that tendency, hindi mo na makukuha yung returns na gusto mo. And therefore, the growth of your business will slow down. Well, ang importante dito, okay, you identify, as I said, kung anong pinaka-uniqueness mo, and from there, you try to develop kung saan, for example, ang magiging strength mo versus your competitors, no? For example, nung nagkaroon ng pandemic, maraming negosyo nagsarado dahil sa kanila wala silang uniqueness, no? Pero I found a certain, for example, restaurant that is just a hole in the wall. Okay, literally once you go in, 3 and 4 tables lang nandun, no? And yet they were able to survive the pandemic and do well because of the fact that they focus on one main product. And then, because of that, what they focused in is yung tinatawag nating local store marketing, wherein ang tinarget niya is the first 1 kilometer up to 3 kilometers within the range niya. And then from there, binigyan niya ng flyers and then promote the delivery system until people started to focus and buy from them for that particular product only. And until now, they survive pretty well even post-pandemic.
Alright, pagiging unique at mag-focus sa isang produkto, ito siguro yung tinatawag na hero product.
Yes, yes.
Sir, maraming salamat sa oras mo.
Yes, maraming salamat rin at anytime na kailanganin mo ko, paalam mo lang.
Nagbabago man ang mga uso o trending, hindi magbabago ang mga pundasyon ng pagninegosyo. Ako si Roda Castro Kaliwara na naniniwalang pag may negosyo, may trabaho. See you next week.